put my life in her hands any day of the week.
Somehow I will help you.
Why doesn't that surprise me?
You know the one person that will do anything for. Will you be prepared?
Too little, too late.
I guess we caught a break.
It looks like Ric and Elizabeth might team up to uncover who tampered with Heather's bloodwork. They seem to be on the right track, but now they need to dig deeper and see where it leads. I have a feeling that Sam, despite Danny's warnings, will dive in to retrieve the gun and then disappear, possibly presumed dead. Interestingly, I saw Cyrus on an episode of Chicago Med last night. He played a prisoner who was beaten up, but was ultimately diagnosed with dementia. If the writers actually push Anna and Jason together as a couple, that would be absolutely absurd. It feels like such a forced storyline. Yesterday, I was wondering where Cyrus had gone, and just like that, like Beetlejuice, he appeared in the preview for today's episode. I really missed seeing Cyrus. They should consider redeeming his character. It would make the show far more compelling. He's such a talented actor, and they're missing an opportunity by not showcasing his skills. And yes, Jason and Anna are back. This is what I've been eagerly waiting for all week. Let the #Jana adventure begin. Also, Stevie B looks sharp in that white tuxedo jacket. Drew and Willow give me the same uneasy feeling that Sunny and Emily once did. But Anna and Jason, I just don't see it. There's mutual respect between them, and I think Anna wants Jason to be more than just Sunny's lackey. They make a good team, and I believe Jason trusts her to have his back. Maybe Anna misses having a partner for her missions. It's great to see Cyrus and Martin back. Maybe one of them will be a donor for Lulu instead of Sam, because having Sam involved would just feel like a repeat of the BJ or Maxie storyline. I'm not a fan when the show mirrors past plots like that. I'm also curious, will they return in time for Lulu's funeral? These writers need to step up, or GH could be gone for good. If things keep going like this, I wouldn't be surprised if the show is canceled altogether. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. I think if Sam goes diving to find the missing gun, this might be how she gets written off the show. Just my opinion, though. Unfortunately, my theory of a three-person confession from Alexis, Christina, and Sunny didn't come true. Felicia's scenes yesterday must have been incredibly tough for her, especially since she has experienced the loss of both a TV child and a real-life child. I wasn't surprised to see Heather and Alexis as cellmates, but Ric telling Heather she wouldn't be released caught me off guard. When he questioned Elizabeth about the mismatched blood tests, I immediately thought Portia must have been involved. Honestly, I wish they had fired Natalia instead of Kelly. Eva is a talented actress, but her character's bitterness is off-putting. The fact that Sunny still has feelings for her is both troubling and disgusting, especially given the recording of her true thoughts on the LGBTQIA community. Sunny spending time with her feels like a slap in the face to Christina. Cyrus is growing his hair out again, which makes me suspicious. Last time he had long hair, he was the villain. Then he cut it and played this holier-than-thou role, which I never really trusted. Now that the hair is back, I wonder if his somehow, I will help you, isn't as innocent as it seems. Also, what's up with Tad, Martin? He's shaved and dropped the accent. Feels out of character. I find it hilarious how Laura and her husband keep going to dangerous places to search for family members, and yet nothing bad ever happens to them. What is Cyrus even doing now that he's supposedly out of the mob? Did he give all his money away? Is he working a regular 9-to-5 job? You know you're watching pure fantasy when the mayor and police chief take off to a known terrorist country, thousands of miles away, to look for someone who might cure a loved one. Maybe they just needed a vacation, and why aren't they showing what's going on with Alexis and Court? Also, Elizabeth, why are you with him? He's been nothing but trouble. He needs to go. I wonder if Cyrus will step in to help Lulu somehow. They're always sending someone out to search for someone else. Now it's Lucky's turn to be found. Where is Laura? She should have been there already. I wish Scotty would return to the show. I'm getting tired of these fake characters. Anna made a great point. If Holly knows that Lucky is being held captive, why hasn't she contacted his family, especially his mother, Laura? They all share a history together, so it makes no sense to keep his loved ones in the dark. On another note, don't Anna and Jason look so compatible as crime partners? Or should I say police partners? They also look pretty good together. I know Holly is after gold, but I wonder if she'll play hardball and withhold information in exchange for something before helping Anna and Jason find Lucky. I think Christina is portraying her grief realistically, but I keep remembering that she carried TJ and Molly's baby. The way she's calling the baby Adela and referring to it as her baby is unsettling and disrespectful. I don't care that she was the surrogate. She's gotten far too attached. Honestly, I would have preferred to see the baby born and then a custody battle unfold. Here's my take on why Alexis, Sunny, and Sam treat Christina with kid gloves. This is just my opinion, and I'm open to others' thoughts. No need for any rude comments. Christina was diagnosed with leukemia as a child and received stem cells from Sam and Sunny's stillborn daughter, Leela. I imagine most parents would treat a child who survived a serious illness differently, as they're often seen as a miracle. Sam, in particular, may feel that a part of Leela lives on in Christina. Unfortunately, all this coddling has made Christina somewhat spoiled and unable to deal with life's challenges, as someone is always there to clean up her messes. To be clear, I'm not trying to start a Team Christina versus Team Molly debate, but I thought this perspective might explain why Christina is treated differently and why she behaves the way she does. It's also possible she inherited some underlying mental illness from Sunny. After watching soaps for so many years, especially GH, one thing I've learned is that it's rarely the first person the police and viewers suspect who commits the crime. There's been a lot of speculation about Portia tampering with Heather's lab results, but I'm not convinced. I think she's a red herring. Some viewers are letting their dislike for Portia cloud their judgment. Let's not forget, Brad was recently brought back, and he's a recurring character now. Brooke Kerr, who plays Portia, is under contract. Brad and Terry even mentioned Britt during their scene when he was trying to get a job in the lab. That wasn't a throwaway line. How could we forget that Britt was Brad's best friend and that she died because Heather poisoned her? It's elementary, Mr. Watson. Brad is the one who changed the lab results. I just want to weigh in on the firing of Kelly Monaco. The more I hear, the more I believe the issue lies with Frank Valentini. There have been personality conflicts between him and certain cast members almost from the start. Look at all the firings. Billy Miller, M. Reelan, Marcus Coloma, Ingo Rademacher, apologies for the misspelling, Roger Howarth, Michael Easton, and I'm sure there are more I'm missing. Is Valentini more important than the talented actors he's letting go just because he can't get along with them? Or is ABC keeping him around so he can run the show into the ground, which would justify its cancellation? It's frustrating to see someone who spent over 20 years in a role, any job, really, get fired without real cause. They say it's because storyline dictated it, but that's a weak excuse. The storyline can go in any direction Valentini decides. It's his show, his decision. I think ABC needs to take a closer look at his job performance. The writing has been terrible, and instead of constantly firing actors, maybe they should remove the person making these poor decisions. I'm really curious to hear Kelly's side of the story. On a lighter note, I've been laughing at the responses to my post from yesterday for the last 24 hours. You guys are hilarious. I'm going with this theory. He is not Martin Gray. He is Martin Gray's evil twin brother, Tad Gray, impersonating Martin. Personally, I like Lindsay Hartley as Sam. I first saw her in Passions, and I have no problem with her acting. She's doing well in the role and brings a fierceness to Sam that I find refreshing. I hope they're not writing her character off for good. That being said, when did Sam become an expert in anything, let alone diving? The professional police divers found nothing, yet she's suddenly going to find something. I guess they'll make her exit dramatic somehow. Disclaimer: I respect everyone's right to their own opinions, so feel free to disagree, but please keep the snarky comments to a minimum. After all, it's just my opinion on a character I'm not particularly fond of. My predictions. Scout ends up living at the Quartermain mansion, while Danny moves in with Alexis. Christina is sent to a mental hospital and will be gone for a long time. Molly has a one-night stand with Dex and gets pregnant. People can say what they want about Christina, but she's been grieving the baby far more than Molly, even though some feel like Christina didn't have the right to mourn in that way. Now, a question I've been thinking about: did Brad actually get hired back at General Hospital? I remember the episode where he talked to Terry about getting a job, but I don't recall if he ever got the position. I'm asking because of Portia tampering with Heather's blood tests. If Brad got his job back, I wouldn't be surprised if they pin it on him as a scapegoat for Portia's actions. I'm so happy that Ric caught the tampering in Heather's blood results. The fact that he still sat down and evaluated her despite those fake results. That earns him a lot of respect in my book. Now, about Portia, yes, she hates Heather. But do we really think the writers are going to let this storyline end with Portia being the one who altered the results? It's hard to imagine they'd let her get fired and lose her medical license just like that. Seems too simple for a soap. Alexis is back in Pentonville, mainly because she was trying to protect Christina, the daughter she views as the most fragile. And guess who Alexis' new prison cellmate is? Heather Weber. This all happened thanks to Elizabeth helping Ric realize that Heather's test results were tampered with. Portia's fears clearly overtook her, and when the truth comes out, she's likely going to lose everything: her job, her reputation, everything. Molly, on the other hand, should be angry at her father, Ric, for the trouble her mother, Alexis, is in. Instead of focusing his anger on Alexis, he let it spill over to Christina. I'm glad Christina finally sought help for her grief over the loss of Iron. Sam was right when she told Dante that her sisters have been so caught up in their own pain that they haven't come together to support each other through this shared loss. Since Jason returned, Sam has made it clear how dangerous she thinks his lifestyle is. She's constantly saying that Jason doesn't consider the impact on his kids. But now, Sam is about to risk her own life to help her mother, Alexis, without thinking about her kids. Sam needs to realize that, in many ways, she and Jason are still very much alike. Sonny even hired Laura's brother, Martin, to help Alexis with her current legal issues, which shows just how connected these storylines are becoming. As for Kelly Monaco, based on what's being confirmed, the Sam we see on screen now is going to be the character until her exit. Rumor has it Kelly Monaco is running around with petitions to save her job, which just shows how bad things have gotten behind the scenes. I like the temporary actress playing Sam when it comes to her portrayal as a mother. However, I'm not a fan of her playing the angry side of Sam, like when she yelled at Christina or got aggressive with Michael. My guess is that Sam is going to go diving, looking for the gun, and something tragic will happen while she's underwater. That's how Sam exits the show. What do you think? Welp, now we know how Sam's exit is going to happen. Why bother setting the stage when we've known Kelly's leaving for weeks now? She deserves a much better exit than this. I really hope that after Sam's death, both Jason and Drew step up for their kids instead of just passing them off to the Quartermains. It would be nice to see Jason and Drew come together as brothers, so Scout and Danny can maintain their sibling bond. It was very brave of Christina Wagner to film that scene today with the actress playing Christina, where they talked about mental health resources for parents who have lost children. Especially knowing Christina Wagner lost her own son in real life, It was a deeply moving moment. As someone who just supported a friend through a serious mental health crisis, I really applaud General Hospital and its writers for the care and sensitivity they showed today. If you or someone you know is going through a mental health crisis, remember that help is always available. Also, did anyone else notice that Sonny didn't call Martin by name? He just welcomed him and started talking about the case. Martin had a much stronger presence this time around. Feels like something's shifted with his character. If the General Hospital writers decide to kill off Sam, I'm not sure the Davis family will ever recover. I think Danny will be okay in the long run, but Scout? She may not be, just like Charlotte was never the same after Lulu disappeared. I hope Portia faces the consequences of her actions. She had no authority to switch Heather's lab results, and this could cost her everything, including her medical license. Speaking of unnecessary characters, what purpose does Geo serve? With all the excess characters on General Hospital, why do we need this random violinist? GH needs to discipline itself and cut the fat. There are too many characters that no one cares about, and instead of creating new forgettable ones, they should focus on the legacy characters we actually want to see. In the summer, they usually try to draw in teenage viewers by focusing on younger storylines, but they really missed the mark this year. As for Geo, I think he's sweet, and he's clearly a talented violinist, but he doesn't seem mature enough, nor does he have the acting chops to keep up with Trina as a potential love interest. Wouldn't it be interesting, though, if he ends up being Dan's son? Now that would add some drama. Alexis and Alcazar. Does anyone remember how Alexis killed Alcazar and then went on to defend Jason and Brenda for the murder, even though she knew she was guilty? She convinced the court she had dissociative identity disorder, and as a result, avoided prison time, if I'm remembering correctly. Alcazar was a total piece of trash, so no one really cared that he was dead, but it still shocks me how Alexis pulled that off. Sonny should confess soon, but it looks like Sam is going to die trying to prove Alexis is innocent. Sonny is supposed to care about Alexis, but let's be real. Alexis had no real allegiance to either Brenda or Jason. It blows my mind when I think about all the terrible things these characters have done to each other. Max the bodyguard. Okay, this might seem like a weird question, but do any of the longtime General Hospital fans remember Max, Sonny's main bodyguard from way back? If I'm not mistaken, didn't his brother, Milo, also become one of Sonny's bodyguards? Max wasn't a major character, but what happened to him? Did Sonny just stop having bodyguards? I missed a few years of the show, so I'm trying to jog my memory. Max and Diane were such an adorable couple, honestly one of the cutest in GH history. Then, they were both off-screen for a while. Diane eventually came back, but Max didn't. I think I've only heard Diane mention him once since then, but I can't even remember the context. Milo was great, but Max was awesome. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.